Hi guys, it's me. Who am I? Delicious Delights. Welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be my most regretful blind buys of 2019, or I guess my worst blind buys of 2019. I have 4 here that I want to talk about with you guys. I will begin by saying that I didn't spend more than 20 euros on any of these bottles. So when it comes to blind buys, I don't really want to put too much money down. These are just mostly like for fun and it's kind of like a gamble. So if it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, oh well, I lost. But there, you know what I mean? It's kind of, like I said, it's like gambling, which can be very, very dangerous. Yes, but I don't know. I still have fun doing it. You know, it's kind of weird, but that's why I do this. This hobby is all about fun for me. So they're not going to be in any specific order. Let's begin here with a fragrance from the house of Emanuel Ungaro. It's not a fragrance house that I hear a lot about in the community. This is called Fruit d'Amour Black Licorice. Okay, so black licorice is a note that I have been loving a lot this past year. I used to hate black jelly beans, black licorice, any of that kind of thing. I used to absolutely hate it. But this year, for some reason, something switched in my brain and I absolutely love the smell of black licorice. I love eating it. I love smelling perfume that has black licorice in it. I just love everything about it. So when I heard about this perfume, it literally is called black licorice. I was like, yes. I think I bought this for like 16 euros or 17 euros. I don't see this anywhere in the stores or anything, so I thought, why not? Let's go for the blind buy and see how it goes. So let's just get this on a test strip. I will mention also that I guess another selling point for me to blind buy this fragrance is that on Fragrantica, there's like 1 or 2 votes that, you know, when it says smells like or smells similar to, there's about 1 or 2 votes where it says that black licorice smells like this fragrance, Hypnotic Poison. And then just looking at the bottle design of both of them together, then I was like, ooh, is that like an intentional dupe? Like they kind of look similar, you know, the apple, whatever, round thing. Anyway, so let's get this on a test strip. So I will say that I don't think this fragrance smells bad at all. It's not a bad fragrance. But does it smell like Hypnotic Poison? The answer is no. It smells like a very, very sweet, candy-like fragrance. It smells like the kind of sweetness that you would be familiar with if you own a lot of celebrity fragrances, you know, that really like chemical sweet kind of scent, which at times it works and other times it doesn't. But that's basically what this is. So although I don't think that this stinks, it's not something I reach for. It's definitely not really a dupe of this. What they have in common is the bottle design and also, I guess, sweetness. But the sweetness in here is a lot better. You guys know all about the Hypnotic Poison, but the black licorice, it doesn't even smell like black licorice to me. It just smells like, a celebrity chemical sweetness. That's it. And I have been using this here and there as a room spray, which is, it's okay for it, but I kind of like, you know, if I was able to test it beforehand, of course I wouldn't buy it. So, you know, I lost on this one. Emanuel Ungaro, they have the name there. Emanuel Ungaro Fruit d'Amour Black Licorice. Okay, so the next regretful purchased worst blind buy. This one was kind of a fun one, at least to me. I only bought this for the bottle. I didn't expect this to smell good or anything, but I do think that the bottle is really, really cute. And I think I bought this for like 6 or 7 euros or maybe even 5.99. This is from the house of Revlon. It's called Head Over Heels. Look at the bottle. Do you guys recognize it? Probably you do. So yeah, the Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal is similar to this, only this one came out first. So I guess Scandal made their own. I mean, Jean Paul Gaultier made their own version of this thing. Anyways, it's called Head Over Heels. I bought it like strictly just for the bottle, for eye candy, for display. But if we're just talking about the actual fragrance itself, let me just remind myself here. Okay, yeah. So this is first of all, I want to say this is really weird. If you look at the mils here, it's like 115.32 mils, which is like super specific. Why wouldn't you just put 115 mils? And then it says 3.9 fluid ounces. That's fine, but I've never seen like a decimal point after the mils in a fragrance on a bottle. So, so what does this smell like? To me, it smells like cement. Yeah. So it also smells like I don't know what the term is, but you know when there's a new house being built, and then they put the insulation, and then they put some white thing on top of it. Like, I don't know what that's called. It smells like construction. Like insulation. It smells like that. It has this very like industrial smell to it, plus cement. I have no idea what the notes are in here. I would never in a million years wear this. It smells like what a construction worker might smell like after long days of work, after their sweat has dried off on their clothing. It's really weird. So the fragrance is terrible, but I still like it for the bottle. So it's kind of like, it's not really a worst blind buy because I'm happy that I own it because it's nice to look at. But the fragrance, if you're just talking about the fragrance itself, the fragrance is terrible. So that's the second one. Okay, so the third worst blind buy of 2019 might surprise you a little. This is also a celebrity fragrance, and it's from a celebrity that has perfumes that I normally really love. But this one was a disappointment to me. This is Stache by Sarah Jessica Parker Prive, so Stache Prive. This was originally released only in Russia, correct me if I'm wrong, for their ballet, something about ballet, I forget the story now, but I guess they had some overstock, and I started seeing them pop up in my local drugstore in the Netherlands. So I picked this up for, I believe, 12 euros. And I thought, you know what? I really enjoyed the original Stache. I thought that was very nice and innovative and niche-y, not typically celebrity-like. So that's why I decided to blind buy this one. Let's get this on a paper here. I do like the color too. It's just a really cute bottle, and the design and the pink and all that stuff. So the fragrance doesn't stink, you guys. I will say it's not a bad fragrance. It's not terrible. There's nothing wrong with the fragrance. I just find it to be like super boring, like extremely boring fragrance. I guess with Sarah Jessica Parker and her perfumes, I guess I held her perfumes to some kind of standard where, you know, they are different and really nice. And I am a fan of a lot of her other fragrances. So when I smell this, I was surprised. It's like, really? Did she really approve this? Like, I'm thinking of the original Stache, which is very earthy and dark and woody, and I really loved it. I gave the bottle to my mom though, because she liked it too, which is fine. But this one, as a follow-up flanker to the wonderful Stache, was disappointing. It's a citrusy, it's just a simple citrus scent and some woodiness in here, probably maybe some vetiver or something earthy in there. And like I said, it doesn't smell bad. I can wear this, it's fine. It doesn't bother me, but coming from her, I have expectations, and this one just fell flat, and I just find it to be very forgettable. if I'm just going to be blunt about it. So yeah, that's Stache Prive by Sarah Jessica Parker as my third regretful, worst blind buy. Even though it's not like terrible. When I say worst, I make it sound like it's like super bad, and it's not. Okay, so the next one here, my last most disappointing blind buy of the year for me. This happens to also be from the house, from Sarah Jessica Parker, you guys. And I had really extremely high expectations with this fragrance, Covet. Really high, especially because I enjoyed the Covet Pure Bloom a lot, and I wore it a lot this past year. I've heard a lot of fantastic things about Covet by SJP. It being very interesting, not typically celebrity-like, very wearable, niche-y. Like, I've heard a lot of great reviews about this. So I was really, as I said, I was super looking forward to trying this. So I finally picked it up at the TK Maxx for 20 euros, I'll guess, something like that. It was not over 20 euros for sure though. And you know what, you guys? I don't think this is a bad fragrance. I just think it's such a weird fragrance. Like, so weird that I mean, I can handle some weird, but this is just so weird. And it's so hard to explain. Like, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. There's like chocolate in here, there's lavender, and I think there's some earthy notes, maybe some patchouli. I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I think it's interesting though. When I smell it, it does stump me. Like, I'm like confused. Like, what is going on in here? What is this trying to, what am I smelling here? And it is very interesting. So I'll give points for that when it comes to Covet. Yes, very interesting, kind of like confusing. I don't know. I was just like kind of speechless a little bit with this. And when I first tried it, I think I did a video. I made a video on this. You know, it intrigued me, I'll say. I wasn't like saying this is bad or good back then. I just thought it was interesting. So I've been testing it here and there since then. And I don't know what to make of this. I seriously do not know what to do about this fragrance. Is it interesting enough to keep? Probably. I mean, it didn't cost me a lot of money, so it can at least be eye candy for me. But to wear, it's just weird. Like, it's like herbal. There's a herbal earthiness in here. Kind of like, dare I even say it, kind of barbershop-y. And yeah, so I'm not really sure what the concept of, I don't know. You guys, if you guys have tried this, love it or hate it, please let me know what you can make out of this perfume, because this is definitely one of the most challenging fragrances I've smelled the entire year. I wasn't expecting it. I was actually expecting to actually fall in love with this like right away, especially after I've heard from other people that they love this. But for me, I just don't know. I'm like a big ball of confusion when it comes to this fragrance. And I probably am going to continue testing it more just to see if something happens or some kind of like eureka moment comes when it comes to this. But I don't really understand this perfume at all. And I probably wouldn't wear it. I'd probably just keep on testing it. Well, I have worn it a few times, but again, I think it takes much more wearings to be able to, for me to absorb whatever this thing is. So yeah, I guess it's one of the worst blind buys, but not really, because I'm still working on it, but I had to choose. But if I had to choose from the ones that I blind bought, this one is still definitely up there with, I guess, worse. Well, kind of bad blind buys. I don't know. Anyway, so that was my video, you guys, on the worst blind buys of 2019. And I'll put like an asterisk with the word, like right by the word worst, because I don't think any of these are bad at all. Well, This one's bad. But as I said, this was just for the bottle. Okay, I'm totally rambling. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments which are your most regretful purchases that were blind buys. Let me know in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back with more videos soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.